All right, Caden. How did it feel when your team lost the Super Bowl this past Sunday night to the Seahawks?
It was bad. It was sad.
Walk me through it.
Well,
Every emotion, every field goal, every touchdown, every turnover. Paint me a word picture.
Okay, the word picture was, I don't even know. I can't believe it. It was sad.
I am shocked and devastated.
There are still no words. Yes, we won the coin toss.
Yep.
And we deferred. I love to do that.
That's what you do. Yeah,
I like to do that. And
biblical,
right? And so I said, "Here we go, defense first. I trust my defense totally." And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Yes, I'll take that." What was it first? It was they got one first down, and then it was over. Punt the ball. I said, "Here we go. Now it's our time to go. Here we go." And then I think we got one first down that drive.
That was it.
And that was it
until the fourth quarter.
And then I just couldn't believe it. I just sat there and I tried different things. I tried helping them in any way I could.
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We think.
Tried switching seats. I tried eating something different. I tried
praying. No, it's just
but don't let him set you up that way. I mean, look what's sitting right next to him.
Exactly.
We've won Super Bowls more recently than they have in Madden. I'll have you know.
However, you might notice a helmet behind me.
I'll have you know in Madden,
year,
in Madden, the Steelers have won 12 straight Super Bowls. It's never been done before, and it will never be done again.
Especially in real life.
Yeah, thank you.
Leave. No, thanks, guys. That's everything we have to say. No, so I've had to watch a Super Bowl loss before.
Yeah, me too.
I've not had to watch a loss where it was like hopeless the entire time. Like
that was a crazy experience.
That's the hard thing. Like, because the Patriots, even when Brady was there and you lost the Super Bowls, you lost when Brady played.
Which was
what, 4 of them? I think Brady only lost 4 in New England. 4 of the 6, because they're 6-6 in the Super Bowl. But anyways, we're 6-2, but that's neither here nor there.
No.
The time we lost to the Packers, we had the ball with, I think, just a little over 2 minutes left in the game. And Ben Roethlisberger at that time was known for game-winning drives. Like, he had made a name of doing that. Yeah. And literally a year before, we had played in 2009, the Packers, down by 6 with 2 minutes left in the game. And Ben marched down the field and threw a game-winning touchdown pass to Mike Wallace. We won 37-36. So put yourself in my shoes there now. I'm thinking, we did this last year to this same team. Mm-hmm. We've got this. We very much did not have this, and we lost by 6. And I always have thought, that is a terrible feeling. I don't know if I would have wanted to be blown out, though, either. Like, I think about, at least it wasn't as bad as the Broncos Super Bowl against the Seahawks.
Right. Well, it would have been, but they somehow got something going at the end. I guess, their defense said, well, we'll just let them have something, I guess.
Yeah, but I was upset. I was happy when it was a shutout, just because defense, that's impressive. If you shut out a team in a Super Bowl, that's incredible. So when the Patriots scored, I thought, okay, now they're down by, I think it was 11 or 15 or whatever. Like that, they could score another touchdown, lose by 5 or 6, and that's fine.
After they scored a touchdown, I said, hey, hang on a second. Here we go.
We 28-3 all over again.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even that bad either. Yeah. It was less than that.
We can do this.
But then the start of the fourth quarter, Drake May had just thrown, he just thrown that touchdown pass. I said, hang on a second. Okay, we might have some hope. And then I get a text from my dad. He had already watched it. I didn't watch it live.
Oh.
And he said, well, I guess better luck next year.
How much time was left?
Still 15 minutes. That's the fourth quarter. And I said,
not to answer those texts when you're watching live.
You can't let your dad do that to you. You know what? Where's your dad at?
It was my fault a little bit.
Get him out here right now.
I had to use my phone as a TV remote. So that's kind of it. I guess I should have.
I remember you showing me that you used Well,
so, Ford, he loves remotes and he loses them. So the remote is now on our phones.
When I was maybe 15 or 16 years old, I had a very bad habit of revealing the scores to dad, especially of the Steelers. Like I would check. We'd be we'd be over there, at services, and then I would go, okay, services just ended. What does all good Christian individuals do? As soon as services is over, they showcase that they're not spiritually mature yet, and they grab their phone and check the score. And I was young enough that I was still really guilty of doing that. And so I would always reveal to Dad the score. And so he was watching a hockey game, and there was it had just started. So there's 18 minutes left in the first period. So 3 periods, 20 minutes each. And he said, "You know the score, don't you?" I said, "I do, but I won't tell you who wins. I'll just tell you that one team scores. That's it." As soon as I said that, he shoots, he scores. Dad goes, "Well, the game's over. Thanks, son. I really appreciated that." And so I remember the Super Bowl against the Packers. I went into the bathroom and checked to see if we were winning. I brought my laptop in there with me. I didn't have a cell phone yet. I brought my laptop in there, and I opened it up, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, no. And then I'm like, I've got to walk back out.
Michael, what are you doing in there?
Yeah,
with the laptop.
I've got to walk back out. I've got to walk back out and be like,
"This is great.
What do I do now?" And so I walk back out, and Dad goes, "You know the score, don't you?"
Yeah.
And I went, "We're down by 11." And he goes,
"Getting beaten."
And so it was awful, And so he said, "You don't get to watch the rest of this game." No, he let me finish the game. But that's kind of a really good starting point to this episode, talking about sports heartbreak. We obviously love sports, and you're a Florida fan, so you know heartbreak.
I know heartbreak.
As for everybody here that may not know us, this is Caden Mallory. I'm Michael Clark. That's Wayne, Captain Calm Down Rogers, and we're here to tell some funny stories about some things that have happened to us in ministry. Caden,
before we go any further, I would like to say shout out to the Patriots defense. They were able to
lose.
Christian Gonzalez could hold on
to come in second.
Yeah,
hey, it would have been worse. It could have been a lot worse.
I saw a post that someone whose son is special was a Patriots fan, and he was really upset. The post said he was really upset. Then he thought, "Hey, we came in second," and that was giving him a lot of comfort. The comment sections on Facebook are unhinged. Everyone on the comment section that was not nice was like, "Tell him no one cares that we came in second." I'm like, that is awful. That is not something that you should say. If he got comfort from that, good for him. Like,
we were first runner up.
Yeah, first runner up. You won your conference.
That's right.
No one can take that from you.
Like at least we get to say we're 12-time, able to go to the Super Bowl. So
you're 50, 500, but that's fine. It's okay. The Steelers won their division this year against Baltimore on a missed field goal at the end of the game.
That was crazy.
We loved it, in our household. And Adam and I'll have to send a picture of this to this Adam so he could post it, because I think people will get a lot of kick out of the picture that was taken. We were like crying. Adam was. I was just like so shocked. And then I looked down and Adam is sobbing. And I was like, oh, he's like really emotional about this. So I bought us divisional shirts, since we won our division. Then we get smoked in the first round of the playoffs. And I told Adam, I said, because he was really
apparently
upset.
by the worst team ever.
Yes.
Of course, they say that the Texans were, we were the easiest schedule. Texans were easy.
And so
everyone was easy.
I told Adam, I said, one good
don't
thing.
Don't worry, you lost an easy team.
No one can take away from us that we won our division.
That's right.
No one can take that from us. That is us. We did it. And Adam was like, yeah. And then I saw the post by that Patriots fan, and I was like, boy, I'm glad I didn't post that on Facebook, because all the Steelers fans were like, yeah, it was great that we got blown out in the first round of the playoffs. Tell your son that he's a moron. That's what Facebook comments are like, though.
That's right.
So
social media is unhinged, man.
All good things. Let me say these two real quick, because they're the same exact story, and I think it's funny since we're talking about sports. One of them happened on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm walking around in a Walmart a couple of years ago. I'm in a Magellan shirt and khaki shorts. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, "Sir, do you work here?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Well, can you help me find something?" I'm like, "Maybe. I'm not even from here. I was in Jasper, Alabama. It's not like I know the Walmart there." And so I tried to help him look for whatever he was looking for. Well, on Sunday, I stopped by the store to get some things that I needed here for the week. And I'm wearing a Steelers shirt and jeans. And this woman comes up to me and she goes, "Sir, do you work here?" I was like, no. Like, no. Like, what do you say to that? Yeah, I just got hired actually while I was in produce. They said, I like the cut of your jib. You start right now. So I told her, I was just like, no, ma'am, I don't. She goes, okay. And she looked like devastated. And I wanted to be like, what is it about me that gives off Walmart employee? Do I just have that vibe about me? Is that the aura that I put off?
For me, evidently, it's Target.
Yeah, because you wore a red polo.
Well, but every time I have worn a red polo, I end up in Target.
Stop wearing red polos.
And what have I become the Target, right? So I quit buying them.
The Target. Caden, have you ever accidentally been mistaken for a minimum wage employee?
One time at PTP, this happened. It was, we went to Walmart. It's kind of the same situation. Went to Walmart in the one in Pigeon Forge, and wearing my name tag. Apparently, I looked like a worker, but it was one lady who couldn't really speak English very well. She spoke Spanish primarily, but she was able to get out the words, "Do you work here?" And I said no. I mean, I was just saying no because I don't. What's the Spanish word for no? I don't know. I'm not that good at.
I think it's no, isn't it? I think it's just no.
I was just saying no, and I couldn't say anything else.
Okay. What's the Spanish word for no? And she's like, no, and he's like, no, tell me.
No, I don't know.
Showing my arrogance there. I mean, my ignorance there.
My arrogance. I'm so much better than you because I know the word no in Spanish.
Anyway, all I could tell her was no, and I said I couldn't say I don't work here because I don't know how to say it in Spanish.
It's hard
because I had to back away slowly, and then I left.
Back away slowly, like if I move slowly, she won't see me. Be very still.
I was just shaking my head no, backing away slowly.
You were treating her like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. Don't move. No one will know that we're here. And she's just staring at you. She went home that night and she said, this gringo today was so rude to me. He's so mean.
I was being as nice as I could. I really was trying.
Well, I'll say this, I mean, I guess it's an honor that someone would think that you're approachable to ask for help. It's the most diplomatic way I can transition this. What stories have you brought?
Okay, I've got one that's pretty interesting, pretty startling in the moment. I live beside the church building in a parsonage, and so I usually am able to just walk to church to my office to work, and I do that throughout the week. I'm not too good at studying at home just because I get distracted very easily, so I like to be in my office. And at this point, this was just a few months ago. I've been there for 3 years almost now. And this has never happened before. I'm just studying away, trying to be focused, trying to get ready for the week. And all of a sudden, and my office door is really close to the door that comes from outside. It's not the front door, but it's a side door. And usually it's the side door towards the back. No one usually comes in there, and I leave it unlocked just in case Grace or anybody wants to come by, or any of the members want to come by and talk. And all of a sudden, I hear the door, rattling open. It's just a quiet sound at first, and all of a sudden the door swings open and slams the door, and then my office door opens, and a flashlight shining into my eyes, and they said, "Sheriff's Department, let us in." And I was freaking out. I had no idea what it was. They're like, I said, "I'm here. Is anyone here? I'm here." And they see me. Like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Well, I'm the preacher here.
I'm robbing the place.
I work here. I live right over there." And they're like, "Okay, we're just doing a routine check just to see if everything's secure." But for 3 years, they'd never done that. But I guess they just do it regularly. And then it scared me to death. And has that ever happened to you, something like that?
We did. No. I mean, mine was not in the church building. Mine was, I was sitting outside of a bank at 9:30 at night or 9 o'clock at night. I was waiting.
Suspicious.
I was waiting on directions to where I was supposed to eat with the preachers that I had been at that night in Texas. And I said, I'll just pull into this bank real quick and just sit there. I didn't even park. That's what probably looks suspicious. I'm just kind of sitting in the bank area, and this police officer pulls up and goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, yes. Do you know the code to get into the building? No, I said, I'm a minister and I'm just waiting on directions of where we're going to eat. They just texted me, which also, now that I look back on it, sounds so suspicious. Like, oh, they just texted you? Mm-hmm. Convenient. And so I drove off. But yeah, I'm pretty positive that she probably took my license plate down.
Well, ever since that day, like I said, it hadn't happened in 3 years. It happened. Now they come in like, I guess like once a month now, or maybe twice a week.
That's good to know though, right?
Yeah. And so anyway, I've made some friends with him now. Every time one of the sheriff wants to come
Steve.
in, he needs to use the bathroom. So he the first time he said, "Do you have a bathroom here?" That very first time it scared me to death. And I was still shaking. I was like, yes, I do. And then I was going to the bathroom. And ever since then, he comes in, he checks, he said, can I use your bathroom? And yeah, so it's kind of our routine now. He comes to, I guess, use the bathroom. But one time this happened, I was actually using the bathroom when they came in. And I heard it because I could kind of hear it. They kind of, I don't know why, they swing the door open really hard. I know it's them. And I was in the bathroom, so I come out. And the church building is dark because I just walked through it just to use the bathroom.
You see a red dot on your chest?
Well, I'm on one end of the auditorium. He's on the other end, and he has got a flashlight pointed at me. And he's like, who's there? And I was like, it's just me. I'm just using the bathroom. And I'm like, I have to defend myself. Anyway.
Don't ever bring a gun to work.
Right. But then he said, you scared me. I thought there was a dead body in your office because I left the light on in my office and the door was open and I had taken my jacket off and I just put it in the floor next to me. He said, I thought there was a dead body in your office. I thought someone came in here and killed you. And I was like, no, I just took my jacket off. And he's like, I thought I was about to have a showdown in here for a second.
It's funny that's 3 years into your work before this happens to you.
And now it's like regular.
Monday morning, I started a congregation on the Sunday. Monday morning, first time I'm going to my office by myself, not with anybody else in the building. And the elders had warned me, and we had a keypad alarm inside. And so they had walked me through what I'm supposed to hit and all that. And, but the problem was that and they warned me, one of the buttons will stick occasionally. So you have to just kind of hit it and make it, if it pops in, just kind of pop it out or whatever. The problem is that when I did that and that button stuck. When that button stuck.
You're not the only one showing your arrogance here.
I know, right? My arrogance here.
That is going to be the thing.
How do you
from now
say
on.
this now?
Stop showing your arrogance.
That button stuck. Well, I ended up hitting again. Well, the problem was that was the silent alarm. I triggered the silent alarm. I'm down the hall by this time, and literally probably a minute later.
Wow.
Cops are coming in the door, busting in the door, basically, guns drawn.
Wow.
Lights on me, because I'm, I think I hear somebody pull up or whatever, and I'm just like walking back and forth down the hall. I'm moving some boxes still.
And you're new,
I'm new. I had no idea,
So it looks I
don't have any business cards that say, I'm the minister at so and so,
because you're taking boxes and moving them. They're probably like, this guy's around. Robbing this church for everything they've got.
Just wasn't in the greatest of neighborhoods, and the congregation, things have happened here before, And so these guys come in, guns drawn on me, and I'm like, "What? I'm the brand new preacher here. What did I do?
And
it has happened. It's wild.
All right,
they didn't come in regularly. So it was just a silent.
You need to get just like a weekly donut budget from the church there.
Yeah, literally.
And when they come in next time, be like Krispy Kreme.
It'd be good, beneficial for me too.
Yes, you would enjoy it. All right, let's talk about this. There's two things that I know I want to talk about. One of them, are you going to bring up the wedding?
I can if you want to.
Was that on your list?
It wasn't. Because I was thinking mainly just what has happened in my preaching.
Yes, this is just in general. Whatever you want to say in reason. But I'll let you. Let's do the wedding one now. Let's just talk about. So I was privileged to do Caden and Grace's wedding. And so I got to do their premarital counseling, which was fun. And I had to be done on Zoom mostly because he was obviously at school. She was back in Alabama. Well, the wedding arrives and it was so cold that day. And I was wearing dress boots, so they were not very thick. The only thing that gets really, really cold for me are my feet. and in my torso. That's it. Like, that's why I wear vests, because I'm fine everywhere else. It doesn't get cold, but my torso and my feet get really cold. So I'm freezing cold. And so I'm admittedly thinking, how can I quickly perform this ceremony and honor Grace and Caden? And so I decided to lose all composure.
Of course you did.
And I said, okay, Grace, repeat after me. In the presence of God, and I just sped through it, like, boom. And she looks at me and she goes, could you repeat that? And at that moment, what is it that you said?
I was thinking, like, when are you going to pause? When are you going to pause? When are you going to let her repeat it? And then finally, she got through it all. Finally, she said, can you start over? And I looked at you, I said, you better not do that to me.
Yeah, it's like, will you go slower for me?
Slow
I wanted so much to stop and be like, my son, just give him a hug, because I was so proud of him. That was so funny in the moment, because I was thinking he'd be afraid of the recording. He was mic'd up. Yeah. They probably have footage of that somewhere.
I was so nervous, I had no idea. I forgot about all that.
And so Alan Webster was there, and Alan at the end goes, great job. And I was like, no, it wasn't. Don't patronize
it. What are you talking about?
I ruined their wedding. So Grace will still bring that up. She's like, you've ruined it.
That's
so
hilarious.
Grace is here right now, and we're going to redo the ceremony. Okay. Could you imagine she walked in her wedding dress?
Wow.
Now, I want to tell 2 stories about foundations, and I want to get some more stories from you too. But when Caden was in my apartment, because that's how we met, the very first night, I was still in school at the time, I thought I killed Caden.
And you did. This is just a ghost.
Yeah.
I've been haunting you all this time.
I've trained him well.
The arrogance.
So he's showing his arrogance right now. We had enough people in the apartment. I won't say how many, because we had enough people in the apartment that we did have some sleep in our study that we had at the school. And so Caden was sleeping in the study area.
There was a reason for that.
Remember? Yeah.
It was because I got in trouble.
Oh, that's right. So he had to sleep.
No one's sleeping in there for a reason, because you needed in there. But you said, since you got in trouble,
yeah,
and you had to sleep in there all by yourself. Remember how I got in trouble?
Did you sleep in class? What did you do?
I fell asleep in the shower.
That's right. He did. We were worried.
You need more sleep if you're going to be sleeping.
We were worried that he wasn't. He was standing up asleep, and Brennan's banging on the door. Someone's banging on the door. Whoever it was. Caden.
No, it was Chris.
It was Chris.
His son.
It was Chris.
He said, "Let me in."
And I remember being like, "Is he dead?" Like, I didn't know what happened, and I thought, and I can't just burst in there if he's not.
Yeah.
He's in the shower. And so finally he woke up, and I said, well, you're going to sleep in the study from now on. That way you're away from everybody, because they were staying up too late.
This is my first year. I had never experienced the foundation's tiredness before. So it kind of got to me a little bit there.
So I'm studying for class, and I reached for Strong's Concordance, and it was so close to the edge of my desk where I had put it. When I went to reach for it, I overcorrected my chair, and I knocked it right off onto his head. And he didn't
big,
move.
Exhaustive.
Yes.
Strong's
He
Concordance.
did not move. And I
20
thought,
pounder right on the head.
I thought, oh no, is he dead? And so then I noticed he was breathing. I was like, okay, he's breathing. Then I thought, how heavy of a sleeper is he? So I had a Batmobile from The Dark Knight, and it's literally probably about the size of my laptop as far as the width and everything. So I rolled it off of the desk onto him. He didn't move again. So then I dropped something else on him. He finally woke up and he goes, man, my head is killing me. And I was like, go back to bed, buddy. You're okay.
You're fine.
You're fine. So
and guess what?
Little concussed.
Guess what your son does now? As he plays with that Batmobile toy.
Yeah.
He says, he tortures me. He says, I'm going to hit you in the head with this.
And you're like, not again. Because he got all of the toys that I had.
PTSD comes back. It's like, no, not a Batmobile.
Yeah. That Batmobile is deceivingly heavy too. Like, it looks light. It's got some weight to it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, literally, when me and Grace, when Grace watched your kids for a while, and when I would come after class, that's how I'd say, I'm going to punish you by dropping this on your head. I never did, of course. It was just an empty threat.
An empty threat. So he learned to not fear you. So you're saying you're weak.
No, he feared me. I dropped bigger stuff on his head than that.
Bigger stuff. I hit him with an actual baseball bat.
I dropped him off the second balcony. Not really.
No, that didn't happen. That one didn't. Do you have any other stories before I tell the future Justin one? You got to tell the one that you were telling us.
Okay.
Too.
Should I go ahead with that one? Because I got another one that's kind of funny too.
Tell the one that's funny too. Let's end with the one that happened to you that you were telling us beforehand, because I think that's a good one to end on.
Okay. Well, one Sunday I was preaching, and it was towards the very end of the lesson. I was giving the invitation, and we had just started the invitation song, and I was standing, before and waiting for responses if there was one, and a man comes in from the back. We kind of have a foyer and then the auditorium, and he comes out of the foyer and just sits on the back row. And I'm excited that we have somebody, but I'm also not just I'm paying attention, just being alert, those type of things. And after it's over, he comes up to me and at the time one of the elders, and he said, "Do you have any food for me?" And he gave me this piece of paper. I still have it. It has all of his qualifications on it. He's a 30+ minister, teacher, all this. He's also electrician, plumber, all this stuff. He says, and I'll work for you. And he said, "Anyway, do you have any food?" And we had just got done with a fellowship meal, and we had lots and lots of spaghetti left over. So we gave him like 2 big to-go plates of spaghetti. He's like, "Thank you so much for the spaghetti." He's like, if you ever need any work done, please, here's this paper. My phone number's on it. And I wish I'd have brought the paper. I could have read it, but I didn't do it. But it's interesting how it's worded. But then we start talking about the Bible, and because apparently he's a scholar in his mind, scholarly, and we start talking about Calvinism, and we start ending up talking about the doctrine of tulip, and I can't remember how it comes up, but he ended up saying, "I'm so glad that I was saved from the sins of my father. I inherited his sins, and now I'm free from that because God chose me. I'm one of the chosen." And I said, "Well, really?" And so it was me and one of the other members with me talking to him, and so I don't believe that you're born with inheriting sin. I believe that you are one who is born without sin, and sin you commit later, something that's on your conscience, but you don't ever receive the sin of your father. He said, "Really? I can't believe that." And
I'm out of here. So take your spaghetti.
It got pretty heated. He could not get off Exodus 20, verse 3 and 4, the transgression of your father to the second, third generation, all that. And I tried to explain it to him what that's talking about. Of course, I took him to Ezekiel 18, and he said, I said, "Please read this." He would never. "Please just read it out loud." He said, I'm not reading this. And it started getting heated. And I read your verse. I read Exodus 20, and I explained it to you. And now please read my verse. And
I'm taking the spaghetti back.
The spaghetti. Give me that. You're not allowed to have that.
You can't have that if you won't learn the truth.
And
this is not the will of God for you.
At the time, the elder that was with me, his mouth was just dropped open. He was like, "Can't believe that this is how." And it was in our fellowship. We just given him all this food. Now it's heated. Now he's yelling at me that I'm wrong and that he's right. And finally, I said, "Well, I'm glad we can help you out, but I think we just need to go ahead and part our separate ways." And at the time, Grace was probably 6 or 7 months pregnant with Ford. And the very last thing he says is, "Well, I can't wait for you to have your beautiful baby boy. Hope you." Congratulations. Hope that, exactly. And that's all I could think was exactly. You just explained to me that how my son is going to be born in sin, and then he leaves. You're going to have a beautiful, lovely son. He's going to be evil, according to what you just explained to me. He's going to come out trying to murder if he's born with his father's sin.
Got a little shank. He cut his own umbilical cord.
It's like he's ripped.
Oh man.
I was like, "Well, thank you. I hope that he's not as bad as you say he's going to be."
That's right.
And he's not.
Well, future Justin, I think, might be one of the ones that we still laugh about a lot. And Justin laughs about it too. Justin's not on the program today, but one day we hope to get him on here. He's actually overseas right now in Europe.
Mm-hmm. He's in Italy right now.
He's in Italy, so he's out of the country. So he literally cannot be here right now. So
we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. Justin was in the apartment year 2, right? It wasn't year 1, I don't think, or was he year 1?
It was my second year. His first year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So his first year was Caden's second year. And Justin, we found out, was fairly gullible, as most young 13 to 14-year-old boys can be. And so I had made him think that the word "thee" was spelled with 2 E's because of the King James Version, just different things. So he would not stop like talking during the Devo and stuff. And I thought, well, I'm going to mess with him a little bit. I didn't think it would go on more than a day. So I texted him because I knew he wouldn't have my phone number. And I said, "Is this still Justin Johnson?" And he said, "Yes, who is this?" And I said, "I know this is going to be hard to believe, but I'm you from the future." And he goes, "No, you're not." And he wouldn't believe me. So the rest of the next day was spent going up to like Caden and others and saying, "Hey, exactly at 3:10, you need to cough. Like you have to, right at 3:10. And I would text Justin at 3:10, Caden Mallory will cough. And then right on the dot,
and it would get more dramatic.
Yeah.
More things that would not be, that's just a coincidence, a cough.
Right.
But it started being very specific.
Because then I'd have people come up to him and say the council is not pleased or whatever. Like I would be like, "Hey, at around 4:00, someone's going to come and tell you about the council." And so then some random person, not even in our apartment or anything, would just walk up and be like, "The council's not happy," and then walk away. And I'm watching from a distance, and Justin's like going, he's starting to get really concerned. Well, one of the things that we ended up doing was I recorded. I wish I had the recording, but I downloaded an app and I changed my voice. Like it was very Terminator plotline of like the council was this future government overthrow that has taken place. And
by the way, important information. K-Rish Rogers.
Yeah, that was the leader.
Yeah, that's right.
Your son was guilty.
Yeah, his last year was my first year. So when Justin's first year, he wasn't a camper anymore.
He had just aged out. And so
Matthew's there.
Yeah. But Justin was being told like the council has overthrown the government in 50 years in the future or whatever, and that he was the only one who could stop it. And this is the week that the council rises to power. And so Justin's like, "Tell me what I need to do." So we would tell him what to do and he would do it. And it was funny, the way that it went. On the last day of camp, I texted him and said, "Hey, today is the day that the leader of the council will appear." Now, this was back when Chris had the twirly mustache that made him look like a villain in one of his Facebook pictures. And so I saved it and I sent it to him and I said, "This is the leader of the council. He will be there today at some point and you need to be ready." And Justin's like, "I will be ready. What do I do?" And I said, "Don't engage him. Just keep a close eye on him." So Justin goes, "Okay." So then I'm texting Chris about it. So Chris knows. And I said, "Hey, when you get here today, just walk straight into the apartment and literally single out Justin and go, 'Hi, Justin.' And that's all you say." Because Justin has not met Chris yet. I told him that Chris's name was K-Rish Rogers. And I still wish I had recorded this. I didn't. But the look on Justin's face when Chris walks in and looks at him and goes, "Hi, Justin," was so priceless. Justin was like, "He knows who I am." And so Justin and I, over the years, we had a lot of funny memories about those kinds of things and different things. We've gotten really close now, all of us, especially during the time at school and the time we've had to be together. And the fun thing that I've always enjoyed is that all of the guys that have been in the apartment with me, Chris was one of them, as well. And so they all end up, they learn my style and my sense of humor, and they kind of around me adopt that as well. And so it is, like I said, with the wedding, it's like a proud dad at this moment of like, they've grown, they've arrived, they've matured, they know it. And so anytime, Caden gets me with something, there's no frustration, just joy.
Yeah.
Anytime Justin's gotten me, it's always been fun because it's like, yeah, that's exactly right. Because one of the first things I tell the people at Foundations when I was a counselor was, I'm going to make fun of you. but that's because I love you, and you've got to learn as a preacher. That's what we're here. We're learning how to preach. You've got to learn how to take it on the chin and be okay with it. You know, like you're going to be made fun of sometimes in preaching. But Caden, thanks for being with us. I look forward to having you on again in the future because there's a lot more that we could talk about. Wayne, we didn't really get to you today, and that's okay. This is my co-host, Wayne. He treats every claim like it's on trial, and so we're glad that he's with us. Thanks, buddy. If you're interested in following the rest of this show this season, on Thursdays, we'll be live with Did That Really Happen? Well, it'll go live on Did That Really Happen?